Hi there, this is Åsa with a new process video, and today I'm working on a double piece spread with an extra 6 by 12 photo pocket between them. So this will be a lot of photos, even for being me, and the photos are from Boxing Day, when we went on a small outing just out to it's an island just off the coast of where we live, and you go there by a bridge, so it's no sea traveling, but it's a really nice place. And if you are like me, that you can't live without seeing the ocean from time to time, this is the perfect place. It's just a couple of minutes from where we live, and you have the most perfect coast, like the coast scenery. I love it there. And on Boxing Day we went there. It was cold, and it was just 1 hour of sunshine during the day. No snow. We didn't have snow at the time, so these photos doesn't even look like Christmas photos, do they? And but we had the most lovely light. It was magical. And the in Sweden and where we live at this time of the year, in December, late December, it is just a couple of hours of daylight, and you need to be really fast if you want to go to see the sunset, because the sunset and the sunrise is pretty much the same thing. and we managed to get the perfect lighting just by this wonderful beach, and with the sand and with the reeds and with the ocean and the blue sky. It was perfect, and I took so many photos. It was really hard to decide which photos to go with for this double piece spread. So with my last purchase, scrapbooking purchase, I bought a bunch of different 6 by 12 pocket page protectors, pocketed page protectors. So I have the possibilities to add more photos in between my layouts, and I love that. So this layout will be one of those where I can add more photos. I will cram a lot of photos onto the layouts as well. One of them will get 3 photos and the other will get 5 photos. So lots of photos for this page. This lovely yellowish kind of paper is from Basic Grey, one of their, I think it was the bow tie knee-high collection, and I thought the colors was perfect with the beach and the sunshine and the reeds, and it even resembled like leaves, or very abstract ones at least, to go with those reeds. I thought that was perfect. I think that you see the color resemblance there when you see the photo of me there, when I close my eyes and let the skin soak in the sunshine. This is magical and so important when you live here in darkness. So this was kind of a perfect place to celebrate light on Boxing Day. No Boxing Day shopping, at least. Perfectly free of charge. I got a question in the comment box here on YouTube a while back. Someone asked me how I store and arrange my photos, and that's something that I have really developed over the last couple of years, and I've made a system that works very, very good for me. First of all, my digital photos, or my digital photo files, I have them by year and by month on my computer, and with backup and everything like that. And so I sort them there very thoroughly already from the beginning, so I have everything figured out. I also save folders with the photos that I send for to get paper copies of. So when I want to know what date, for example, these photos are from, I go to my folder where I have my paper copies, and then it's easy to find what date it was. But if I want to get more photos of a certain event, I only need to know when in time it was, then I can find them pretty easy. I print paper copies or I order paper copies from a company, and I get them in bulk. I pretty much order like 200 at a time, and I normally order photos every second month. I get these coupons in my email where I get, for example, 50 copies for free or a certain percentage off, and I try to make use of those offers. Then I have a box in my scrap area. It's a cardboard box, and it's nothing fancy. It looks horrible, really, but there I sort my photos according to event. So when I get them, I sort them so that I have all the photos from the same event side by side, and then I have dividers like from cardboard dividers in that box, so that I get summer photos in one specific spot, and then I get the fall photos and then the Christmas photos, so that they are sorted like that. When that box gets full, and it often gets full, that's when I order more photos than I scrap. Then I need to take photos out of that box, and then I have in my basement another box. It's the same system there. It's an ordinary cardboard box with dividers, and then I just place the extra photos there, those that aren't interesting to me at all at the moment. I place them there, and then I kind of forget about them, and later, when I have no photos to scrapbook, when I think that all my new photos are totally super boring, then I go down to the basement and I flip through that box, and normally I find really interesting photos suddenly. Suddenly they are much more interesting than anything else, and then I can scrapbook old photos that I already have on paper copies. For Christmas I bought myself a photo printer, but my plan is to use it as little as possible, and just for those occasions when I really need photos right now. But I think that it gives me enormous freedom in my creativity to have the possibilities to print high quality photos at home on photo paper. So that's pretty much my storage. It's nothing fancy, but it works really well, and I don't have box of photos. This is just, it's less than 10 inches. It's nothing more than that. And this box that I have in my scrap area, it's even less. I think it's about perhaps 6 inches of photos stacked, and lots of dividers, so it's easy to find the pieces that I want to work with. And it works really well for me, and yeah. I also have lots of albums from the time when I didn't scrapbook, before I knew it was even a thing that was called scrapbooking. And sometimes I feel that I really want to scrapbook some of those photos, and then I go to those albums and I rip out those photos. It has happened on several occasions, especially when I want to scrapbook photos of my father, who passed away in 2005, and I have almost no digital photos of him, so I need to go back to those paper albums and take out those photos, but that's no problem for me. I like to do that. Back to some scrapbooking then. By now I have made like the foundation for these 2 pages. I use this wood grain paper from Pebbles as the background on my one of my pages, and I cut out the piece behind the photo block so that I could use the same pattern as top and bottom border on the second page. I had a journaling card. I don't really know what brand that is, but it's the same as that anchor piece there that you can see on the right side. So those anchors are on both those pieces, and it will be the thing that keeps these two pages together: the wood grain, the basic gray yellow paper, and the anchor yellow piece. It will be the same on both pages. So typically double page spread, but they will be so much difference, so it will be no problem having these this 6x12 page protector in the middle. Now I'm picking out some wood veneer, and I have quite a lot of like nautical themed ones with those steering wheels there and the anchors, so I like to use those. I place those, I have several of each kind, so those are present in more than one place. Then I just have some speech bubbles and some arrows and some geotags to form some clusters on the page. That wow there, I thought that captured the moment really well, because that sunshine on my face, it was such a wow moment, I promise you that. And yeah, the colors, I needed to combine these colors with the yellow, because the yellow made those light or that sunshine colors justice by just picking up on the same warmth. Here's my typewriter again, and for this page I will write small word strips, tiny sentences and words, just to describe the moment: the sunshine, the beach, the peace and quiet, the fresh air, everything like that. I'm the kind of person that I go crazy if I can't have these vitamin C kind of moments when I'm by the seaside and I see the ocean and I see the beach and I can look out and see the horizon. That gives me enormous peace of mind. And I write those words on a piece of tan craft kind of neutral color paper, and later I will just cut apart those words, ink them with brown ink around the edges, and place them randomly all around both pages. So that will be kind of my journaling. A couple of extra words will go on the journaling block and explain the moment. Where it's on Boxing Day, where we were, and yeah, the light. Several of those words are about the photo lighting. That was so special. So a lot of inking going on, and I've sped this video up to ×8 if you think that I'm extra fast. And now I'm just going to place those words onto the page. As you can see, we didn't have a white Christmas last year. We got snow just a couple of weeks later, and we still have snow. It's turning into ice now, because during the days we have really warm weather. It was like 7 degrees Celsius today, and it was melting a lot and dripping water from the roof and those things. So the snow is quickly turning into ice, because it's still below freezing point during the night. And hopefully we will have springtime soon. I will not expect spring until April, but I'm kind of optimistical that we will have warmer weather soon, and the sun is finally shining, and I love it. We were outdoors today, for example, and it was just that wonderful feeling of having your face towards the sun again, and now we can have that in the garden. We don't have any sunshine from November until February, so when we get sunshine in the garden again, it's special. It's like 4 months of darkness living under the mountain. like in Lord of the Rings. Now I'm bringing out some October afternoon alpha stickers, and I'm using that script font on the yellow kind like design there to write the name of the bay we went to, and it's called Bänkåsviken, and it's one of the first bays that you get to when you drive onto this island. And we really didn't want to miss the sunset, so we just parked the car at the first place that we could get to, so that we wouldn't miss the sunset. You need to be fairly quick. It's horrible with winter. I hate the darkness. In November, it's pretty cozy to get to sit inside and light all the candles, and it's cozy with the darkness. But later it's so horrible. I hate darkness at this moment. I'm just wishing I could have light all day around like we have in summer. I'm using the other sticker sheet from the same package to spell sunshine and ocean air on the other side, the left side of the layout. And I really love the combination of these two fonts. You get exactly the same color, but completely different fonts. I think that is so cool. I wish I could have every color of those stickers. Really, really sweet. When I had gotten this far in the process, I asked hubby, am I ready? And he suggested that I'd make some kind of border around the right page. And he remembered me using eyelets in another kind of beach style layout from a while back, or perhaps a year back, and he thought that I should do something similar with this one, and I thought that was a really nice idea. So I brought out my gold colored eyelets and started measuring and punching away. I don't have a crocodile or any other kind of pliers that set and make holes and set eyelets, so I'm using the traditional kind of heavy punching kind of method with a hole punch and eyelet setter tool and a hammer, and it works fine for me, no problem. I use eyelets so seldom. It's almost fun to bring out these tools and do it the old-fashioned way. It's not something that you do when the kids are asleep, but during the day I have no problem with punching away these eyelets, and they make such a nice finish. I wish I would use them more often, just to make like eyelets sets holes in tags and such things. I think it would be really, really fun, and I wish I'd remember it more often. I wanted something, a thread or some kind of ribbon to go in between these eyelets, and I decided on my craft and gold colored thread, and it's just slightly too big to do this method with, but I didn't give up. I tried and tried and tried until it reached all the way around, but I didn't film it all because it was very tedious, and I'm really happy that you didn't need to listen to me, because I was complaining quite a bit while I did it. It took some time, and I had to just cut off the fringed edge of the thread over and over again. Every hole needed to have a clean cut edge for me to be able to thread these eyelets, especially when there was already a thread in the hole. But it managed to become a finished page this time as well. Here are the pages, and here you'll also see the companion page protector that goes in between these pages. It's a 3-pocketed piece, and I also had room for some border strips that had the same colors. And here are also some close-ups of the double piece spread. I hope that you have enjoyed this process video. You know that I'm a multi-photo scrapbooker, and this is totally my style. This is so me, and these photos bring back so much warmth and memories of ocean air, and it really warms my heart and my soul to see this light, this magical sunset winter lighting. It was something really, really magical on Boxing Day 2015. Thank you again for watching. I hope to see you soon here on my channel. Take care. This is Åsa. Bye!